The Minnesota Gophers went for 3 straight victories over top 25 Big Ten teams today in Madison as the 6th-ranked Gophers, or 6th-ranked Badgers, I should say. I get ahead of myself, 21st-ranked Minnesota, and it was one of those games where the Gophs kind of throw a clunker on the court. First half, both teams had trouble scoring points. Gabe Kalsher from the left wing connects on the triple. Gophers down 16-12. Kalsher finished with 15 points. Minnesota played from behind from the start, chipping away at the Badgers' lead. Marcus Carr dials up a triple, a 4-point game. Carr with 10 in the game. Wisconsin headed into the locker room at halftime, leading 29-22. Second half, all Badgers, they blow the game wide open. Maple Grove's Brad Davison spots up, knocks down the 3. Wisconsin would lead by as many as 26. Then it's former Lakeville North star Nate Reavers flexing his muscle in the paint. Gophers shot just 30% from the floor. Their 3-game win streak snapped, dropping to 9-2 overall. That's pretty good, though. Badgers are 9-2 with the convincing 71-59 victory. From the hardwood to the gridiron, the Vikings will match up this Sunday in what is now a meaningless game against the Detroit Lions. If the playoffs ship hadn't already sailed for the Vikings, it definitely did after last week's beatdown by the Saints. That means this Sunday's matchup against Detroit, the Lions, will cap an improved but disappointing 2020 campaign. No postseason play, and the last 2 losses definitely show the team in a negative light. But as quarterback Kirk Cousins says, if you look, you can find some positives from this year, especially the performances by this rookie class.
I think there are a lot of positives. I do think a lot of players have taken on larger roles than maybe was expected of them when we were entering the season, and I think that, we'd like to think would bode well for the future, because a big part of this game, at least I know in my journey, has been experience, and the more you get out there and play through things, the more you learn and the better you play in the future. So I think that's a silver lining, if you will, or underlining positive to it.
Kickoff on Sunday against the Lions is set for noon on our sister station, Fox 47. The Vikings are touchdown favorites at Ford Field. AutoZone Liberty Bowl matched West Virginia versus Army. This was a good ball game. Late second quarter, Army would take the lead on the legs of quarterback Tyler. Yes, Tyler. He sneaks into the end zone. 14-10 Army in the lead. Late in the game, West Virginia down 21-16. Quarterback Austin Kendall finds T.J. Simmons on the 20-yard scoring play as the Mountaineers beat Army by the 24-21 final. Mississippi State had just beaten Tulsa 28-26 in the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth. When both teams came together on the field, that's when tensions boiled over and both sides, and the scene turned ugly, and it did quickly. The coaches and officials had no shot at keeping the teams apart after players began throwing punches. One player was seen kicking another player on the ground. It was a dangerous situation. One Tulsa player needed help to get off the field. Hey, my first on-air job was in 1988 in Rapid City, South Dakota. It was an ABC affiliate, so Monday Night Football was really a big thing. There was an older lead anchor named Bill Knutson at the station. He was in his mid to late 60s, like Tom, and for some reason, he always invited me to watch the Monday Night Football game in the studio. Of course, being a young guy, I didn't turn him down. He'd smoke cigarette after cigarette after cigarette in the studio during the game, but you could do that back then. Bill would tell me stories about broadcasting. Bill had been in the business for at least 40 years, and one night he looked at me and said, "If you're lucky enough, you'll leave this business with dignity." And I always thought about that, and it never made more sense than tonight as I broadcast for the final time. I not only leave here with my dignity, but with a lot of friends and a lot of love, and a guy like me could not ask for more, except for a beer, which I'm going to have here in about 3 minutes.
Hold on on the beer.
Well, Pat, you really were adamant about not wanting a big thing on your last day, but there are some folks who just couldn't be deterred. This isn't big, but Tom does have something for you from the Pat Lund fan club. They've asked me to read you this quick statement tonight. Okay. Pat, you've made such a difference in the lives of so many young people and their families over the past 30 years in southeastern Minnesota by highlighting and chronicling the athletic accomplishments of youth. Congratulations on an unparalleled and marvelous sports journalism run at KGTC TV. Oh, the stories. Friday nights will never be the same. We love you and are extremely proud of you. Hope you enjoy this memento of our admiration. It hung in Charles Pappas's private office at Michael's restaurant for years.
Wow. Okay, so it's from Mom and Dad, Jamie, Clem, Miles, Sharon, Diane, Kevin, Brian, Eric, Joe, the Gopher Football Bus Choir, past and present KTTC colleagues, area coaches, athletic directors, referees, athletes, and all of your many loyal viewers you have had for 3 decades.
It's
here
been awesome.
at
I'm the
KTTC.
luckiest guy in the world. I got to stay home and do my job.
Yep.
And now I get to stay home and relax a little bit.
And you deserve it.
You deserve
so
it.
You're going to open this up.
We're going to see
do
what
a
it is
quick
when we come
commercial
back.
break, and we'll be back in a
I think
moment.
I know what it is, too.
We'll be back.